What up, what up, what up? Apparently, I'm going to be the only one on here for the moment, so I'm going to be dedicated for the moment because we know that we were consistently inconsistent. So, some of the homies are probably going to try to show up here in a little bit. So, I'm going to try to chit chat with y'all just a little bit. I'm not sure if any of y'all are even in here yet, but I'll check. So, holla at me if you need to. Kind of go from it from there. Let's see what we got going on.
In here yet,
So there's at least two of y'all in here at the moment. Homies are trying to catch up on some stuff. So y'all gotta deal with my pretty face at the moment, at least for an hour. Well, at this point, about 55 minutes. So I'm gonna sit there and chit chat with y'all for a little bit. But I'm gonna bring up some. What up, Phil? I'm gonna bring up some stuff that we was talking about. Yeah, I'll be there on Saturday. I'll be at ACS Saturday, if that's where you're referenced to going. I'm gonna bring up some stuff. I was asking a few of y'all some questions the other day about some dedication when it comes to shot zone, some tournament ideas and stuff. And I've been talking to Ethan about. And basically trying to more or less kind of get a division going. It's something we don't have yet. But what we're looking at the moment, because the field isn't official Speak QB or anything like that. What up, Pumbaa? Basically kind of getting something else out there. So we was talking a few of the captains around the way. I'm not a captain anymore, but I was still in that chat. Of some basically a spring of tournaments and having a certain amount of teams to do so. Some round robin tournaments. So basically month to month, back to back, for the next 8-9 months of having these tournaments come out. But being it's not an official Speed QB field and things like that, we're kind of got to change a few rules. So Ethan come up with some seriously good ones to kind of change the concept just a little bit, but yet keep it close to what we know is Speed QB. So it's going to be pretty interesting to do. So I'm going to pull these up and basically kind of just run over with them a little bit and walk through them. One of the homies might hop in here in a minute. We'll see. But before I do, did y'all happen to catch? Look, I got to do it to Lucas. He sent me the video for it. Did y'all happen to catch at the tournament where Lucas actually tripped over the pillar? It looked like it was going to be really bad, but it wasn't. So let me just play that for y'all. I wasn't sure if y'all seen that or not. So let me play this real quick.
People just been choosing to ignore it.
So Lucas takes off.
I am.
Bloop, and trips on the pillar.
Oh. Mask off! Mask off!
He was okay. He was absolutely alright. Let's play that again.
Right. I am.
Bow. Oh, shit. I didn't even change the screen on you. I'm sorry. Here. Lucas trips over the pillar.
Ignore it. I am.
Bow.
Oh.
Mask him off and everything. He was smart. He got it back on real quick, so he did right. His first reaction was correct. But he didn't have enough giddy up to get them feet up over there.
Oh.
Ended up falling.
Mask off!
I don't remember what team they were playing at the moment, but it was just it was
choosing to ignore it.
He's okay, but it was just a funny situation. Pick him feet up, Lucas.
Oh. Mask off! Mask off!
I said he grabbed that mask real quick. Hey man, well, yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday as well. If y'all don't happen to know that one yet, it's Saturday. So if y'all know who Demi is, that's awesome. He's also known as CQB Junkie. Plays for Second to None. His captain over there. He's a super cool dude. I've been chit and chat with him a little bit on Discord. But he's gonna come on with us Saturday. Super pumped about this, man. So we're gonna do it a little bit different. Because normally we don't come on at Saturdays. Normally we're all just at one of the fields, either ACS or Nashville or something like that. But this one, we was already going to be playing at ACS, so I'll be leaving for sure about 3 o'clock to get back here because we're going to start it at 4 o'clock. Because of where he is, it'll be at 11 o'clock at night at our time before 4 o'clock at night. So we're forced to kind of work it out that way, but I mean, it's completely okay with us to shift and have him come on with us. And I hear somebody in the background. Who is that?
This is
That is
me.
Brady. What's up, man?
Had to get all over.
Change that screen. But yeah, he's gonna come on with us, so we're gonna give somewhat of a rundown with him. Try to chit chat with him a little bit. Super awesome player and second to none. If y'all don't know who second to none is, y'all are legitly living under a rock. Like they are hands down the best of the best so far. And I think they have the belts to prove that and the titles to prove that they are the best. So I'm super excited to talk to him. And kind of keep it based on him. He's going to be the key focus of the entire chat. Probably answer some of y'all's questions, but I might be ignoring some of them, so don't take it offensive. And it ain't nothing against y'all, just kind of keep all the attention on dude, because he is, giving us his time at that time of night. So we're super thankful for that. But I'm going to chit-chat a little bit. Yeah, I see y'all laughing in the comments. Yeah, he was, man, like I said, he was okay, but it was still funny. Looking at it later on, it was funny. It was definitely that.
I'm gonna start calling him Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty. That's a good name for him, honestly. But I'm going to change this screen over a little bit. Actually, I'm going to pull these back up. Take a... Excuse me. And take a look at some of these rules and what we was talking about with Shot Zone. So there's been some of y'all may know, they're in the comments, should know of a couple of names that were tossed out there, but how far it goes is going to really depend on us and the community and how far we kind of take this thing. Yes, it's not going to be, so won't be official Speed QB field or anything like that. Only places we have right now, anywhere in our local area, is what, Nashville and SS.
Yep, that's it.
And that's it at the moment.
And HTK,
well, besides HTK, but HTK is not. They're at a standstill at the moment until we hear something different about HTK and take that direction. So some of y'all know we may have talked about it on this. What is mate? Okay, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. All I know is Nashville is up for sale. So I don't know which direction that's going to go yet. Whether good, bad, medium, we'll see. I hope the best for it. Got mad love for Nashville, and I do not want to see it fall. I want to see it flourish. But nonetheless, I'm going to pull up one of these. We're going to click through a couple of these and kind of see what we're looking at here. So it says Shot Zone for the one for in Martinsville, Indiana. The one we was at recently. We've been up there a few times. These are your basic rundowns. Unlike sportsmanlike behavior, team structure, so on and so forth. These are most of y'all are probably gonna have the rundown on that. Something I do want to get to is game objectives. Okay, so this is something that's going to change a little bit on the game objectives. Let me zoom that in just a little bit. Can I come up? Okay, so game objective. The objective of the game will be as follows. Eliminate opposing team. Obtain a flag in the middle and capture it with the opposition in play. Flag is in play until the final member of the opposition is eliminated. Once this occurs, no additional points with the flag will be available. So once we run out, say we eliminate all 5 players, the flag is out of play. The flag is only in play while there's somebody alive on the enemy's field or the enemy territory. So basically, you have to pull a cojones bonus to kind of keep it in play. But that's what's also going to be interesting about this. It's not only just the cojones bonus kind of situation, is that we'll get to it down in a second. Touch and negate opposition with or without opposition. Gate with or without opposition. I know this is that basically if I have, let's say, I don't know, Braden, he's going for the flag, he captured the flag. There's still 2 guys left, but Leo runs around the outside and gets over to their gate and hits the gate. Game's over. You don't even have to eliminate the other ones. It's automatic win because you've gotten to the enemy gate. You basically crossed into their land, you've taken it over more or less. So it's basically like a cojones bonus, but without the flag. That can be done as well. So it's kind of like almost like a 3-part system in a flag there. There's basically a flag that you're not having to grab, but just magically thinking of it there as the gate. On one end, one on your end, one in the middle. That one in the middle is only in play while, like I said, the opposing team is alive. So it kind of switches some things up just a little bit. I know that the scoring points are a little bit different. So we have 10 points. So elimination now, normally with Speed QB rules, you'll have a 5 point per head, everyone to kill. So the entire team's wiped out. That's a complete possible of 25 points. Now it's up to 50 points, so 10 points ahead. First possession flag grab still 25. Flag bonus or a control bonus, keeping that in there, it's 25. Live flag hang bonus, touching the flag with the opposing team's breakout wall while at least the opposing team is still alive. So that's your cojones bonus. That's normally something that doesn't usually happen unless, the way it usually does is somebody's hidden in snake and they don't know their back line or everyone's gone. And, usually somebody will run up to kill them and the other one's already grabbing the flag, or run over there and grab the flag. Just basically sneak it over there. It's not really, really common in the game, but it's in the game. It's something to strategically think about on doing. So if you're kind of behind or something like that, if you're kind of losing, it's kind of a better thing to do at the last minute. Just like, don't kill him, just get the flag and run. But you are taking a chance he sees you and kills you with the flag. It's kind of interesting on that. The headshot no call. This is something that's on SpeedQB's rules, and I agree with it 100%. Is the disqualified for no call. What we would call cheating, Europe would call this way. It's a foul. It's not really counted the same. It's just counted as a foul and not, anything. It's where you're got like a no call situation, but you're automatically going to start losing points for this. So 25 negative just for, no call. It says when a player does not call his hits intentionally and determined by referee on site. So if you're cheating, more or less, it's an automatic 25 points deduction. But also if the ref sees this, you're going to be pulled off the field immediately. And the cheating and taking one to the die mask or anything like that and just intentionally like, I'm not calling it, automatic disqualify. Late call. I agree with late calls because sometimes it's like I don't know if you've ever seen it, but sometimes you see people that are calling, but it's almost like they look around first to see if anybody's seen it or if they think that they're gonna, get called out for that. Off-field communication, usually not a huge problem with that. I don't normally see that. There's more penalties right here. Second-degree penalties. So like your flag drop, late flag drop. Late flag drop is a big thing. If somebody's running and capture the flag and they're running over to the wall and then somebody pops out from anchor and shoots them, but they step 3, 4, 5 more feet and then drop the flag to try to get it closer, like it's, trying to get a first down, you can get deducted for that. You immediately drop the flag right on the spot. And not that 10 foot's going to make a difference like that, in my own opinion. False starts are still there. Slow field exit's still there. I think slow field exit needs to be enforced a little bit more. There's always somebody just kind of bullshitting about getting off the field. Referee distraction, I've never seen like that issue much. I can't really say that. Communication after elimination. So players cannot verbally announce that their elimination hit or outs for any form of notification. I like that one. That was put in there. How long ago was that, Brady? Have we seen that?
Was it October tournament in Nashville?
It feels like October. It wasn't too long ago, but it was placed in there. So no longer just yelling out hit to say, I'm hit. it notifies your team. So now you have to hurry the hell up and get off the field and not tell anybody. So that's when your communication is really going to come in key. It's not only just, telling where the enemy is, but also hearing verbally that your teammate is still there. I think it's one important thing. One trigger pull, one shot. So all replicas must be used in semi-auto only. No other modes of firing will be allowed or tolerated. Binary, full auto, and ramping. Ramping can only be done on guerrillas. Binaries can be done on guerrillas or certain MOSFETs on an AEG. Full auto can about everything. One trigger pull, one shot. The feathering walking of the trigger to replica will not be permitted. On all replicas, the webbing of the thumb must always stay in contact with the rear grip. Man, that is so important. I'm not gonna say any names for it because it's uncalled for. But let me pull mine up. Okay. So, what a lot of people have been trying to get away with lately is here. I'm gonna change this screen so you can see me a little closer. A lot of people are trying to get away with holding the grip here, but trying to vibrate their hand and have the gray area of feathering. I'll say it 1,000 times over. That's still feathering. No matter how you look at it, how you try to sugarcoat it, it's still feathering. The webbing of your hand, what he's making clear of, is actually holding that grip in single trigger pulls. Actually a firm grip, not the wobbling of hand to make it appear as if you're not breaking a rule, but it's actually, if you want to shoot a little bit faster, just tune your trigger a little bit more. It's not really that hard. You can damn near tune it to a point it's nearly shooting 2 at a time. But it's one trigger shot, one trigger pull, one shot. So tune it just right. But the feathering, I think a lot of people are still having a hard time letting that one go. And I think it was still a little bit of a problem. And it probably will continue to be for a little while. But I think that needs to be really enforced on the trigger pull thing. It's still 1,000 round capacity. Let me go back to the screen and get you back on the screen. No riot shields, no grenades, things like that. But the objective of the game just changed just a little bit. Not a lot, but literally just a little. To kind of make it a little bit different, but at the same time friendly for players that are already playing SpeakyV. They got the general gist. You're just kind of adding a little things different and just changing the score just a little bit. But y'all think about something on that? Well, I mean, what's y'all's thoughts of consistently taking this throughout the month? I've talked to Ethan about this so many times. I'm game for it. I think it'd be an awesome kind of tournament, more like division kind of way of, kind of setting the roots and see what happens next year. So having like your first year of it, you can only have a Division 1 if you do it, there really probably won't be enough teams to make 2 divisions for that. But it would be a round robin. So if y'all know anything about round robins, like each team plays each team. And it just circulates through there. More or less. But it can be a long process. So let's say on a Saturday, if we did that, it'd have to start earlier and it'll probably push you in until, what do you think? If we started at 9 with 10 teams, I'm thinking like 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it'd take a while.
It'd take a while to play all that. It could easily turn into a 2-day event. If you start pushing, especially like 14 teams, you can guarantee that's going to be a 2-day event. It's a lot of games. It's a lot of ammo to keep up with because a lot of us are used to double elimination, which is, you lose 2, you go home. I don't think that really pushes people. When it boils down to it, it's not enough playtime. For people that travel, as far as they do, put in as much as money as they can. It can. I don't think it's enough play. Honestly, I just don't. I am here, Houdini, and so is Brady at the moment. We are here.
Yeah, I'd much rather see a lot more round robin tournaments
Oh yeah, I'd
than double
agree.
elimination. It helps the smaller teams too that just need to practice more. They get more play time. I mean, it'd be harder if you're a small team and you get a bad bracket and you always play a better team first and you're always just out fast. It wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and take it from here. Predator said we will take it from here. Welcome to the chat. What? I just happened to see this. Inferno Airsoft said, I'm contemplating on getting the SSG-1 and selling the 5.56 for upgrades. What? Do not let... No! 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 Keep your 5.56 and what you was going to spend on the SSG-1, get the upgrades for the 5.56. Seriously. Do not give up a 5.56 for a SSG-1. There you go. Winter stays on. Uh-oh.
Bro, you know how tired you would be?
Ammo, you definitely go. Yeah, it would be super tired. I know.
We'd have James running, getting ammo like crazy. He'd be more tired than
I
us.
know for a lot of us, we'd have to refill air. I mean, we typically before a game, especially as Jack guys, we refill air right before games. No, I failed on SG. I said that made clear. I ran out of air on our game to SG. I was so sad. I was just sitting at home, just being a body. Was all I could do. I'm so sad.
You could have got first flag grab, bro. What were you doing?
Yeah, I don't. I didn't. I was at home. I was just trying to be a body. I was pointing my flashlight around, just trying to keep him from me, or keep him from pushing up. Oh, Caleb's gonna be Cerakoting another build before long. Man, I got no. I still love my little 5.56. I do not plan on getting into that one, so I'm working on something else. I'm trying to gather a few parts that I'm gonna do.
I'm working on something too.
So I'll obviously I can't show pictures and reveal it until then, but I think a few people know what I'm doing. I'm actually gonna be two guns. One will be a pistol, not a TM. Not going TM. Predator says, sounds like a fun open play idea for shot zone tournaments. Are you referencing the one we was just talking about?
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
I am too. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, we basically stay on until we have to reload or get more air. Then we walk off.
Yeah, that's it. Nah, you're right. And one team will not last forever. They will see their moment of defeat. That's for sure. And ammo and air. It's all gonna come.
You backline guys would have it easy. You wouldn't have to be diving every round.
We shoot a lot though.
A black and purple Cerakote, Steve. That's what you need.
Predator said I need to need a black and purple Cerakote on my rifle. The logo on your magwell or something. That would be pretty dope. It really would.
Predator just wants to Cerakote everybody's gun.
He's good at it too. I was talking to the guy about the SSG one. The SSG one is, I mean, it's a good gun. I don't see a reason for, I don't know, and maybe that's a biased opinion or whatnot, to keep the 5.56 over the SSG one. I mean, 5.56, I mean, they come stock with a short barrel, things like that. I mean, you can change all that. I mean, just all that
Is he
external
keeping
stuff.
it at AEG? Or
I'm
is he
assuming,
going to HPA?
I'm assuming it's still AEG.
I don't know if there's any differences between the SSG1 and the 5.56 internally.
Probably not. But it's just, especially a metal 5.56. I don't think it's. Yeah, he said it's still AEG. Do you have the one with the quick change spring? The 5.56.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're planning on HPAing, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's all personal preference. You know?
Yeah, I agreed. He said he is planning on HPAing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They I'm gonna say they're pretty much the same gun. That's what I'm thinking too, even internally.
It's just the externals are different.
Yeah, externally it's just different. But
I think the SSG1 has a little bit different, like the ETU or the trigger something in it's a little bit different. But I think that's like the only difference internally.
somebody asked me where is. I swear, like I get so many messages when I'm on here. Uh-oh.
What are you uh-ohing?
Oh, nothing. See, okay, I will give that information. He said he's getting. He said, yeah, I'll probably get the F2 or a jack and put it in my 5.56. I love the jack. I do. Works great.
You're a jack fanboy.
It is an air hog. I get that.
It is.
But it's an engine that works. And it's upheld its name, and it's solid, man. It really is a solid engine. But I am definitely, the next build I'm putting together will have an F2 in it, for sure. Not because I want the F2 over the Jack, but I just want both. And I'm planning on the next one's going to have a Gorilla in it and a Blackleaf.
We're going to have such similar builds.
Oh, yeah.
No, me and Tristan's are going to be almost identical.
F2 is a good deal.
Yeah, I've been texting that Bill Porter guy.
Yeah, the F2. I mean, the F2 is a great. I mean, especially teaming it up with the Gorilla, because you even get that little extra tunability on that. You do get the extra air, like you're conserving a little bit more air. You do have 2 cylinders in there, or solenoids. That's what I mean. So it's. I'm not gonna call it better than a Jack. I'm gonna call it a cousin of a Jack. Not that
I'd say it's more efficient.
Definitely efficient on the air, for sure.
What about shot-to-shot consistency?
Out of sitting there playing,
I don't know.
I
don't
was
know if I've
playing
ever
with both,
noticed
man.
it.
I don't see that. I mean, that's a mathematical equation I just can't see, because that has so many factors in it. I mean,
Yeah,
it just really does.
each build is completely different.
Yeah, it's. So I don't see it as the only thing I see the difference in there is the tunability with the Gorilla and the air efficiency. That's it. Not the Kythera. Depends on what you're planning on doing with it. I mean, that's what it boils down to.
Get a red line.
Yeah, red. I mean, even a red line. I'd go over the red line over the Kythera. That's my own opinion. But Kythera. And don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on a Kythera. I think a Kythera has its place, and I think Kythera has its place more in realism and Milsim kind of builds. You know, that's opinion.
I've just seen so many people have Kytheras that will shoot, and then all of a sudden it won't shoot anymore. So, their set screws back out, even if they Loctite them.
What up, Steven? He said I recently looked at the Kythera but loved the Jack, but again came close to ordering the F2 last night. The F2, I mean, I don't know, I wish we'd come out. You notice how Fusion's never on the table? It's usually
because they're so expensive,
yeah,
bro.
it's usually not the conversation. I mean, you're adding $100 extra to that. Now, granted, you are getting something for your your extra bread you're throwing at it, but nonetheless, it's always Jack or F2, and then once in a while you throw in the red line and the Kythera, but it's always like, you know, that big question.
I don't know very many people that have a Fusion. I only know like 3 people.
I like how Predator said that. He said you can't throw down plastic with a Kythera like you can a battery engine. Facts. Nope. Yeah, I'm in that too with SS, so I might win me a Jack. That'd be nice. If I win a Jack, I'll trade you it for an F2. I'll give you the little extra.
Do another giveaway.
No, I'd keep that. Oh yeah, I'd trade that. It'd be on hop up. I need an engine. I ain't got it like I had to be giving engines away.
Bill says he likes his Jack better than his Fusion.
See, Steven said that complete drop-in is pretty nice. I mean, I agree with that. it can be shaky. Just sometimes taking gearboxes out of other ones or putting a new gearbox in one can sometimes give you alignment issues that you have to deal with, which are not really hard to fix. But engines themselves are really simple to put in. I mean, everyone I've put in so far is like super simple. Like the hardest, longest part is what? Taking the trigger board out and put the other one in. I mean, hell, it's taking longer to put screws back in. Super easy. But the drop-in part to it, I won't open a Fusion gearbox. Like, I don't know nothing about them. That's one engine I have no clue about. So Phil said he's got a Fusion and a jack, and honestly, he likes his jack better.
Yeah. Like we always say, it depends on what you're going to do with it. Any engine is a good engine if you like it.
Yeah, I mean, see, I like what Pumbaa said, talking about, if you're tuning the F2 and stuff, it's better with an outdoor one, or like we said, but for indoors, a jack is all you need. I agree. You're adding that extra tunability there.
But if you're going for a short build like my gun, I think a F2 is what you need. So you don't just dump air like crazy.
I get that.
Not everybody has infinite air like we do.
I get that.
We never have to worry about air.
Yeah, so that's... I agree with what Steven said, though. He said it does like the convenience of just being able to drop it in. He swaps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind. I read that wrong, because he said the Fusion trigger pull is really nice. I was thinking, when he said that, I was thinking Kythera, the mechanical feel to it. So yeah, I'm gonna plan on doing. I'm not gonna buy them all. Black Leafs are not Black Leafs. Gorillas are not cheap. They're $150 for that FCU. So they're not cheap. They're twice the price of your regular FCU. I would love to have one, an old Betsy over there. But definitely the other build I'm working on, or going to work on, it'll have one.
I'm telling you, putting my Gorilla in my grip, I'm terrified every time I do it.
No doubt.
If it's such a tight fit, like if this thing snaps, I'm gonna cry.
I definitely want to put a monk together. That's what I was. We were talking about some comments earlier in a chat. It'll definitely be something that I have to build piece by piece. Because you're looking at 17 to $2,000 for a custom build. I mean, just using your platform, go ahead and put your grip on is your biggest move to pushing that direction. ESGs, ERGs, but I would definitely go over the ESG first. And then add a body later, and then a rail. Skeletonized bodies or whatnot.
Yeah, Venom, the only advantage of a Black Leaf is to get a micro switch trigger feeling out of your trigger, like a Fusion engine. That's really all it does. It just makes it a clicky trigger.
Yeah, but there is something about that trigger pull, though, of the Black Leaf. It just feels so good.
I don't know if I can shoot fast. I feel like I can shoot faster without it though.
Black Label board ain't but like $40.
It's 30. It's 30 something dollars. No,
Yeah, it's not
it's
much.
like 30 something bucks.
And they did have them. Did.
What'd you say?
I said they did have them on Monk Custom US.
Yeah, they're like 36 bucks.
No, it's not gonna add.
No.
It's not gonna add any speed at all.
I think the outer barrels are 36, and I think the black leaves are like 28. The last time I looked, I think. But,
Yeah, they're not much. Let's make me a little bigger.
yeah, Airsoft Junkies has them for $27, but they're out of stock.
Amp does too for 27.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't much when I got mine.
I was just trying to see if that made it even cost to stock up. I don't know. It's a good question.
I see what you're saying, Fraser. By the time you add all this stuff, you should just get a Fusion from the start.
Facts, but
That's with every
I don't-
freaking Airsoft gun, though.
it seems logical to argue with that statement, but I can't.
You can't, because you always just add more money to your build. And you're like, man, I could have just spent that much from the beginning.
Maybe
You always say you're not.
it's the
you're not
journey,
gonna put
not the
that much money in it.
destination, you know?
Yeah, you always say you're not going to put that much in it, and then once you add it up, you're like, man.
Yeah, and that's, that kind of goes with the monk builds. It's like the time. I mean, it's still a little bit more, but the time you actually kind of put that much into it, you're damn near what they cost. It's just the whole dropping that much at one time kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm with you there, Predator. He said that way you can just keep the gearbox stock AEG and sell it and get some money back. That's facts. It's again. I think it's the dropping of that much money on them. I mean, what are they?
And the months have gone down in price. They've gone down since they came out. What are they, 1,800 now for like a full build?
I'm not sure. I haven't.
Because they were like 20. They were over $2,000, but I think they've gone down a little bit. But I wasn't using my gun at Shot Zone. I was using Harrison's gun because my gun was decided not to work. Right?
Now what Puma just said was talking about the with the triggers and stuff. Talking about Tristan and E. The one black leaf that I had the night I installed it, it went out on me, like it did. I was so sad. I about had legit tears running down my face. So, do you still have a battery in an HPA, or do you still have it in stock? I'm new to HPA. It depends on the engine you have. If you have like a Redline N7 or a Kythera, you don't need a battery. You can get Redline with a model that has the FCU, which would require a battery. Jacks require batteries. Fusion requires batteries. But they're little bitty things. Little bitty batteries. But they're just to power. It's basically powering your FCU and your trigger board. And your solenoid. So anything that electrical wire is going to. But it literally in the jacks, the FCU, I can leave. I have a Titan battery in mine. And I could probably play with it 3 weekends. And it still runs. It takes so little.
Not if you have a Gorilla.
Yeah,
if you have a Gorilla, you're gonna need like 3 batteries.
The Gorilla runs. Mine's. What is it? I'll show you what mine is. It's a little bitty Titan thing. So you're not gonna need that big old 7.4 or 11s. You're not gonna need those. Come off, my friend.
You can fit them in an ESG grip.
What? Is Titan?
The Titan battery.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that until we were at Shot Zone. I had to do it.
Yeah, they'll fit. It's a bit of a crunch, but alright. Here's your 7.4 Titans we're talking about. Super, super small. They don't take much. They're literally to a car key. Think of that, to a car key. So it's even smaller. Like Brady just said, they do fit in the ESG grips. They'll fit in the Euro Tactics grips as well. The better one to get out of the two, though, if I have one nearby, I do, is these 7.4 Valken ones are pretty good. They're just little bitty things. They're the better choice. This one, I let it go too dead. So it's out the game. But
Pops can jumpstart.
I tried. It won't do nothing.
Oh.
It sucks. But I still do have Titans. I have 2 Titans.
I have, I think, 3 of those little amped ones, which are probably just the same thing as the Valkyrie one.
Yeah, that is a 7.4. There, Inferno. That's what that is. It's a 7.4 350 Maya. Yeah, I mean the big 7.4s. I mean it'll still work. If you have a connector, you're still gonna have to have a connection.
Yeah, you have to have the JST connector.
Yeah.
You can't just use like Tamiya or anything.
But with mine fits. I mean, I have mine stuck in a tube on my 5.56, and it fits snug. I'll say that. I don't give it too much pressure, but it fits even in the stock. So on a buffer tube, I don't have to have a what do you call it? Damn, ninja chuck or ninja, whatever you call them things.
Nunchuck.
Is it nunchucks? Yeah, you don't have to have those. Or the stocks. I forget what them stocks are called that hold nunchucks.
Sop mod stop.
Side by side. Is that what it's called?
Sop mod.
Oh, see, I'd never lie. I used one for a while and hated it.
Running one with a die mask is not the move.
Hey, learning little by little. Hey, man, we all are still. Little by little. Little bitty things.
Yeah, you always learn something new every time you go out.
Speaking of going out, man, I'm so ready to go play. I am. I gotta change some stuff on mine. I gotta change my barrel at least. I'm not gonna play though. So playing one day and working the rest is for the birds.
You can go play Sunday.
I didn't know. I could have played last Sunday, but I didn't.
They're open this Sunday too.
Are they?
Yeah. It's
I wanna
doing
play
double.
indoors though, man. Like,
I know. We just need to find an abandoned building. Run with it.
I want to play on a Speak-to-Be course at all times. Personally. If I could play on a Speak-to-Be course, you know, I think I'd play 10 out of 10 times on it. Honestly. I mean, just keep it all the way honest. Ninja Chuck. Ninja Chuck, what are they called? I forgot that's what the name of it. I've used those. I have one. That was the first one I've had in at least over a year and a half. About a year and a half. I had one for a small time when I first started playing, and I have one now, and I couldn't even. I forget that it's even. Yeah, this is one right here, but it's not even. I have it taped, so you can't even pay attention that it's nunchucks. And it's a brand new battery, and I've barely even used it. Wait a minute, he say old Target building? Or you mean Kmart? I was going to say, I don't remember us having a Target.
How much does that thing cost? Wasn't it like $1 million?
The Kmart building?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to look that up real quick. Yeah, $1.1 million. It's been sitting there that long, so it's not definitely not worth it, apparently. $500,000 in property taxes.
Oof.
Yeah, so $1.1 million, and then to be consistent with property taxes, about $500,000 or $500,000 a year in property taxes. Bruh, you better have some serious income.
Buy our merch.
Yeah, no kidding.
Steve will look like like one of those other YouTubers, just always spamming his merch.
Yeah, and I don't want to be that guy. I do want it to. I mean, I do want to put stuff out there and stuff. I mean, it's not gonna necessarily just be. I mean, I add more stuff later on. Not just like my logo stuff, but kind of just. I don't know. Just kind of different hoodies and stuff. Just kind of create them. You know what I mean, it just look cool. Especially beanies. What airsofters don't like beanies? How long would it take to make the money back? I don't think it's probably a good little minute to make money back. I mean, that much profit. Depends on how large it was and how successful it was.
Yeah, because that's just for the building alone. You have to renovate the building.
Yeah,
you have to plan it. You have to build the field.
Yeah, you're easy in at the probably the minimum $1.6 million at the minimum, and that's inventory. What he just said, renovating, building. Lumber is not cheap right now.
A whole field of just plexiglass instead of bunkers.
That was random. What Inferno just asked me, and I'm about to show you. But man, I totally thought about doing this. I've seen it before. Thought about pulling it on vlogs or just in a podcast of like what's in your pocket. So basically, whoever I'm talking to, show me what's in your pocket. Just kind of, it sees what's interesting. Like, what does a person carry? Do you carry knives? Do you carry pens? Do you carry vapes? Do you carry a wallet? Somebody asked something about my wallet. And I was just thinking how interesting that would just be, just like random. What's in your pocket? And you just show what's in your pocket, It could be a good thing, could be a bad thing for somebody, but I think most people would probably be lint and maybe a pen. Rustic Stew Leather made me this watch. I said this watch. This wallet. It's got my logo on it. It's really, really neat. It's got my name on it. Or it's got our team in it and my name right here in it. It's pretty sweet.
Must be nice.
It is nice. Super nice wallet. He does really good work. I'm also getting a whole new, I don't know what you ever want to call it. It's like a leather notebook. It holds these big tablets right here. It's going to have my logo on it too. It's made out of leather. He does awesome work, bro. Yeah, $500,000 in property taxes is stupid. It is definitely stupid. It is nice. It is.
That's going to be our new hashtag. Must be nice, Steve.
Must be nice. By the way, he makes hats too. And yes, it's nice. Yeah, right there.
You can make anything, man.
It is nice. Field notes, yeah. You can definitely take field notes. I take a lot of notes. I have so much going on. Because y'all see that I'm making these little posts and podcasts and trying to get a hold of people. I have a shit ton of things I'm doing off camera to try to bring to the camera. And I literally have a folder with sections in it, like of notes and stuff I try to keep.
Steve works harder on airsoft than he does at work.
That is facts. Like, that is legit facts. No cap. Definitely put in more effort in airsoft than I do at work. Anybody that knows me will tell you that. Or anybody that works with me too. I still do my job, you know what I mean? Like, I do enough to not get fired. But I don't do enough to get a raise. If that makes any sense.
You're just a body at work.
Just a body. Just clock in. Just like, you need something, holler at me. If it's something to do with heights, holler at that guy. There's some places, man, like, I've threatened to go to the gate. Like, I will not go up to certain heights. I just won't do it.
There you go. Just do it on their own. You can't.
I can see that about Demo, liking F2 more. But he has a preference, just like anyone else, I do have my priorities in order. They're in pretty good order, though. I mean, I work in the main shop, so we actually do all the stuff to the locomotives. Take them off, we move them, we fix the tracks, we do all the body work, cab work, engine work.
They lift them like 50 foot in the air.
Yeah. I was tucked in by the locomotive 101. That's the one I'm working on at the moment. So if you see anything with 101, that's the one I'm working. You said, but thinks the 5.56 is a stubby M4. It is more or less. It's not like it's PDW type build. I mean, it really is. It's small, but it just kind of depends on the person. My teammate Leo has one he uses for outside. It's a Lancer Tactical, and it's got probably, don't quote me on this, but I want to say it's like a 12-inch rail on it. But Esmond's like 6'3". He has long arms. Like, he can hold this thing. For me,
Yeah,
it looks funny
not bad.
trying to hold a gun that long. That's why mine is so short. And mine is super short from end to tip to end. I mean, I'm maybe 22 inches there. It's not too long at all. But I stand 5'10", so, you know, my wingspan's not that far.
The red line's kind of long, too. I want to use Jacob's gas blowback.
Oh, yeah, that thing's sweet, dude.
Imagine sweeping the field and then reloading and hitting your. Maybe Marcus will respect me. I have to actually reload.
The stubby stock I had, I actually just sold that and I got it at ACS.
He said shoddy. He's talking about the shotgun.
Oh, I don't have it anymore. That shoddy? I glanced
The
over
one
and
you
said
just-
stubby because we was just talking about it. The only shotgun I have is this Jag, and it doesn't even work. Like, it legitimately don't work. The tap's broke. It's leaking on the inside. It's broke, and I haven't put anything in to fix it. I probably won't, to be honest. If it was like a TM breacher, I probably would. I need to read
You're
up
not
here.
really a
We're squinting so much trying to look at my phone. If you're referencing the video that I shared the other day, that shotgun, that was a Jag, and that was a year ago. It come up on in my memories, and I just shared it.
That was a year. I thought that was that one. How'd you get it working?
No, that was literally a year ago.
Yeah, I think shoddies are just problem childs. Everybody's
Yeah.
getting a freaking right now.
Man,
You're not
Esmond's got a boss one. He really does. I don't have a picture of it, but it's.
I don't ever see him. I don't see him using it.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't really ever use it. I mean, he ain't had it too long, but he might have got
I
rid
feel
of
like even at like Nashville at open play, he wouldn't. I like you with a TM. It's just gonna chill in the gun case.
Yeah, that's facts, man. I like TMs. TMs are beautiful and they can be badass guns, man. They do, but if I'm looking at the two and I have my option of just my rifle and a pistol, I naturally just pick up the rifle. Like, I'd just rather play with it. No, the shot zone event, the 2v2 thing's going. No, I'm gonna play a pistol with that. Me and Esmond are teaming up in that, and we'll both be playing with pistols.
Seems like everybody that got a shotgun didn't even use their shotgun.
Yeah. I mean, they are cool to kind of run every once in a while, but they're just not. I mean,
It
some
was a
people
little
might
like
argue-
1 month.
Yeah, they're not like a lot of people's pick of a primary weapon. Which I don't know. I mean, if I had like a breacher or something and a tap, and all that, I might run it a little bit, but
You'd slam fire it. Then
Probably.
I would.
which would be cool at Nashville. Not like an open play would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But and I've yet to see anyone run one on a SPQB field. I've yet to see it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I just
I feel like the only dude that would be able to use it.
I mean, it
I don't know how far shotguns actually.
I don't know. I mean, I know Esmond's has got some reach to it. And I've seen some cool ones and stuff, some videos of ones, but just not my cup of tea. Um,
Are y'all gonna go to the 3v3 lights out event?
Not sure. I'm not sure much of how much we're gonna be going there too with this tournament ordeal showing up. I mean, that's a guaranteed once a month going up there, you know. So
Yeah, no.
teaming that with Nashville.
Well, that's 2 weeks out of them.
Yeah. I don't know enough on the Flak 10.
I think Ethan had one at Shot Zone. I don't know if anybody actually used it. Freaking hand grenade going off every time.
I mean, a lot of guns too, man. I mean, you shape your gun, you buy a specific gun for the way you want to play. I mean, if you're not a very aggressive person, you don't like advancing a lot, you know, any typical M4 will work. But then, like, how you build it. So, build it, I mean, do you play indoor or outdoor? If you play outdoor, you know, put a longer barrel in it, longer rail, you know, so you can reach some distance. If you don't engage up in them like the enemy like that, if you don't run up on them, you don't do that sort of thing, then, you know, maybe DMR is more your status. Snipers, I just cannot get into snipers. I just can't. Like, it just does not interest me.
One of Casey's.
It's the sitting still part. Like, it'd be one thing to shoot cans off the top of a building. It's another thing when I see, you know, 7, 8 people rushing around a corner. You know, if I'm in, you know, 2-story tower and I see people running, you know, obviously I'm gonna try to shoot them, but it's the, you know, 100-foot engagement, you know, kind of thing. And not to mention, it seems like to have a sniper that's, you know, shooting 4.3s or whatever it's shooting, you know, marbles out of this thing. You got to have that thing built up pretty good.
I used boxes at the 8 year after my jack went down, and I ended up getting in the sniper tower, and they got us up there, and they kept lobbing nades. I had 2 grenades going with them.
The Avalons are sweet. I mean, right out of the box.
They're really good as PvP out of the box.
They're sweet. I'm always going to say go HPA. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I wear contacts when I play Airsoft. I have been last couple months. Because I can't see anything either. If I'm not wearing them, I just can't. Hence why I don't like minimum engagement. I gotta get up in there. Can't see.
I just look up at Danny. I'm not even shooting the jewel, Danny. Oh no.
Yeah, sniper stuff's just not my style. DMR is not my style.
If you ever see any of us sitting, we're just waiting on one of our teammates to come run together.
Yeah, most of us are just not. I mean, Casey was. He liked it.
Great to see Casey.
Everyone else of us is just M4 guys, for the most part.
And one of the twins has a.
Now, I would if I could. if the situation was right, I had plenty of air. I didn't have to worry about the air situation and the BB situation. Man, I would love to just to put a jack in an LMG and just go out there and just mow people down. Like, I'd get some giggles out of that. I'm sure I would. You know, in a game of Breach, you know.
He'll let me use his monk. Maybe he'll let me use.
Just dumping on the hybrid.
Yes.
That thing is heavy as hell.
This week.
But he's got rocks for muscles, so it don't bother him none.
I could run it.
Dude, I wear glasses a lot at home. I have a set of glasses here, and sometimes I wear them when I drive. That's about it. Other than that, I just can't wear them under my dive mask. My mask comes up and down too much too, and they would definitely fog. The ARP-9 is, man, I ran one for the while. I had the one on the Euro Tactics grip. I loved it. The ARP-9s are cool. I wish that the mag capacity would change, and I'm sorry, in my opinion, the 20 rounds extra you're getting with the new PATS is not enough initiative for me to switch back. If they was capable of making them at least a 200 round or run it right there 190 with the BAMPs, maybe.
Why can't they just make the mag a little bit long? They kept it the same. Can't they just make it?
I'd like to see them just make it a little bit, not consistently the same, diameter all the way down the stick, but maybe enough, the same diameter obviously to fit in the mag well. But once it hit out of the mag well, you just widen it a little bit for another roll of BBs to there. Then
the ARP-9 drum mags are not. Everybody I know they have.
They fit 170 in the little EPMSs.
Which is crazy.
I'm just saying, I don't see why you can only put 140 now on a PTS one, and I haven't even seen it in person yet.
I feel like, I think it said the thing they were worried about the most was speed.
Was what?
Having problems with the other. I think they just stressed it. Of having capacity. I think they put the feeding over.
Legitimate question. My eyesight has gotten worse over the years. And my eyesight has gotten worse since I started welding. I've watched something like this far away, and it doesn't matter how dark my lens is. I can have it to 12, 13, which are like your highest lens you can have, like in darkness. It makes no difference. It still affects the eyes. So mine have gotten a lot worse. I've been welding 8 years, and I can tell the difference. But with contacts, which I'm nearsighted, so I can see things. If somebody's sitting, next to me and stuff like that. But if I'm sitting on my couch and I have a big 55-inch screen TV in my living room, if I put my glasses on, I can really see the details. If I take them off, I can see the difference of it got blurry to in. And nighttime is worse. So seeing a sign or something like that at night is horrible. Daylight, with them out, if it's daylight, I can see a BB usually travel no problem, unless you're putting, everybody else behind me would feel the same thing. If you're putting the sun in front of me, that's still the problem. I guess it depends on the light outside, things like that, to watching, because we are shooting white BBs. Tracers, I have no issue seeing. I can see what they are, and I can always see a silhouette of a person, no matter what. I can tell that that's a person. But the details of it. So my contacts give me 2015 vision once I put them in. So which is better than 2020. So I got eagle eyes when I have them in. But yeah, the age definitely does. It says airsoft is the only thing he talks about. Dude, ask my wife. That's the only damn thing I talk about. But it's usually the only thing I have going on. Besides work, and the last thing I want to talk about is work. That's good though. That's all he talks about. I still get super excited about airsoft. I do. Constantly. I wish I could play every day of the week. I do. Well, not every day. I do have to have some time to recuperate. But for the most part,
old man.
I'm what Braden would tell you. I'm 900 years old. I'm not even old. I'm 33. I'm not even. I'm legitly not old.
That dog years. Told you old.
And a lot of these, I mean, some people, there's a lot of guys. I've met a lot of guys that play airsoft are roughly around my age. And they started picking up a lot of these when they was 15, 16, back when they was clear, you could find them at Walmart, little Springers and shit like that. Then they started picking them up, and then it kind of, snowball effect. Naturally, those guys are in their 30s now. I think probably your common numbers between airsoft players, though, is probably between 15 to 25. I think is your majority of players. And I'm not old. I feel old. I got gray hair like I'm old.
He's gonna have a walker on it.
I got a lot of teeth missing, but that wasn't. I lost mine out of age. I had a really bad about 4 years ago. And I usually don't smile like that, but everybody knows I ain't got no teeth right here. Roughly 4 years ago, I had an extreme infection in my face, and I was forced to have them removed. The infection was really bad. It could have gone to my eyes, brain, things like that. So the best thing to done at the time was to remove them. It was bad. It was a really bad time in my life. But it wasn't neglect on them or anything like that. It was, I didn't get them punched out. I didn't get them shot out. It was a legit problem of a really, really bad infection in my face. My gray hair, I have a wife and kids, so that says everything.
Chat. Shot zone chat.
See, touching with kind of with what Predator's saying though, that's what I like about being as an adult, as being older, because I have I work for like every single thing I have, so all my guns and stuff like that. But it is a good thing being an adult unless you have parents that can buy stuff like that. But I know a lot of kids are restrained on things that they can have because they just simply can't afford it, and I get that completely. $700 HPA setup it might as well be $1 million to a 14-year-old kid that can't get that. Market has to hit someone that has money to sustain it, so I imagine they market it into the older crowd and then the kids afterwards. I agree with that. I mean, it is definitely. I mean, yeah, I would agree that. I mean, definitely. That's just my opinion earlier on the 15 to 25. That is, few years there of kids. But definitely, most players are of age. Well, it's hard for me to say of age now because what would count as age now is 21. I think of it as 18. Yeah, so 14, if you're talking about you're 14, I can only imagine it's the restraint there of not being by. I have to I mean, obviously I'm an adult with kids and a wife, so I have like other stuff I gotta pay, but I do put a lot of money towards airsoft, but I try to work things out. Ooh, the big 3-0. Don't worry, it's no different in 29. Yeah, I still do. I mean, I feel confident that 14, 15, 16-year-old kids, I can still outrun them. I can still stay with them. I still keep up. I'll be out of breath, but I'll still keep up with them. But I feel that the next day, like Boomy just said. I definitely feel it. Heather Smith said, I'm new to this and excited to shoot my boyfriend. I would love to shoot my wife. I would shoot her and she'd shoot me back. I don't know. I see all your laughs. I don't know if you're actually joking or if you're serious on that, but hopefully you are serious. There needs to be a whole lot more females in airsoft. It is a both gender very friendly environment, but I do not see too many females. Maybe maybe 2 to every 20 guys. It's not a lot.
Very male.
Yeah, it's very, yeah.
At the moment.
Which we get to, okay, some guys take this too serious, and some do. We get to, and I don't even play Call of Duty, I swear I don't. But we get to take I take airsoft, well, if it's a hobby, like if I'm playing ACS or just open play, it is just for fun. If it's a SpeedQB world, tournament world, it definitely has the more competitive side to it. I don't take that as a it's fun, but I take that world very serious. Very, very serious. But it's still fun at the same time. And try to have fun with it. And not to be too serious, but serious enough. I mean, it's competitive. It's the competitiveness in us. But definitely, open play, stuff like that, ACS. I mean, there's been times it's just, let's just go shoot some people. Like, just go have fun.
I'll just find a little kid.
Yeah. I'm glad that you are serious.
I might go hard for like 1 or 2.
I mean, I agree with what you said, Infamous Venom. I literally agree with that statement so much. And money comes and goes. You're absolutely right. Of course, there's a lot of things, especially as adults, to take care of. Bills, responsibilities, and such. But I've always kept a perspective my entire life. I fit into a society, but I don't follow the society, if that makes sense. Meaning, I don't think that we're born to go to school, go to work our lives away, and then die. I don't think I don't work to live or live to work. I'm not for that at all. So and my wife's the same way. We don't have to have, large saving account, things like this. We pay what we got to pay, and then we buy things that make us happy. Airsoft makes me extremely happy. I enjoy it. I invest a lot into it. Not only my money, but my time. And somebody made a really good, I don't know who the hell it was that said it, made a good point. I heard it one time years ago. He said, I never buy anything with money. I buy it with my time. I just exchange my time for money. And time's things you can't get back. As older I got, I started to realize that. But airsoft is the shit. I have no problem spending money in it. Not to the point my kids won't eat and I'll lose my cars, my home, my stuff like that. But I have like a 3-part system. God, family, airsoft. In that order. Yeah, work to live. Yeah, like literally, and that's why I don't. That's why one thing I hate about welding, um, is usually in a welding world or construction area, things like that. That's what they want you to do. You're a number, and you're going to work, 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 work. Um, I mean, you get paid. I mean, I make pretty good money, but it's the nobody wants to be there. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna say this. Some people do. I've met guys that all they want to do is just work, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's what they literally live to do. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want enough to just get by and just live. Airsoft's important to me though. Airsoft came like I'll keep it 100 with y'all. Before I started playing airsoft, that's all I usually did was work, and then I'd come home and I'd metaphorically do a lot of this, twiddling my thumbs, and it was a really like depressing state. Not knowing what to do, just kind of being an autopilot, go to work, come home, go to work, come home, and that sucks. I still had money coming in, what I was doing, still taking care of things, but I wasn't happy, and it literally airsoft makes me happy. Like the community of people that I meet, doing stuff like this. So the last since I started playing, is my entire life has been different in a good way. And I wish I'd have started this 15 years ago. I wish there was a lot of decisions I didn't do 15 years ago, and I would have picked up just a Springer airsoft gun. Airsoft's the shit. It really is. It's a fancy way of playing tag. I don't ever play Warzone. I have it on my computer, and I still don't play Warzone. I'm a different generation. I'm one of the OG millennials.
Last time I got on Warzone,
I just don't play Warzone. I get on there. I've got on it a few times. I tried it. I like campaign mode, like on Call of Duty, like just doing the storyline stuff. And then once I beat it, I'm just kind of like whatever. I'm good. And then, but it's not the same. Okay, a few years ago, you remember when they come out with Call of Duty Ghost? I got hooked on it for a little while. It was cool. But now the things that they do, man, some 7-year-olds in there kicking my ass, and it's unrealistic as ever. Slide, jump, do this, do that. You know, there's so many. Especially when you start getting in with a lot of people. Say it for what it is. There's a lot of people that have hacks in that now. So many aim assists and things like that. They just eat you alive. They make it It just sucks. Like, it just becomes too much. And yeah, do I suck the game? Yeah. But it just sucks. It's the same thing as, like, taking a newbie, like, coming out of the airsoft field, and then everybody, just swamps him and just eats him alive. And it's just like, can he get a shot off? Nobody wants to do that. Yeah, so I just don't play games like that. It's just not my thing. Yeah, Ghost is really underrated. Being beat by a 12-year-old is depressing. Yeah, it is. That just makes me shut it off. Like, that's why I don't play.
Hear his little young boy talking trash.
Said airsoft cheaters, video game cheaters. Yes, like, man, there is so many, because so many people know them hacks now of stuff, and just the aim assist, and some people are really good. Don't get me wrong. There are those ones that are just beast mode. But I'd be super naive to think that there's not completely a whole bunch of cheats in the game. Hell, I used cheat codes back when I played games, like in Grand Theft Auto and Mario Kart or something, just like cheat codes.
I used to have all the cheat codes written down on the back of my bots. Spawn in anything I want. Steve, I'm gonna hop off here.
Doing like 30 different buttons to get a jack. Or a jet. It's like up, down, left, right, R2, R2, L1, R2. I used to get the cops. I used to play Grand Theft Auto 3 all the time with Liberty City, I think it was called. It was before Vice City come out. And I'd just get the cops on me all the time. Like that was it. And then try to outrun them. Yeah, I don't have any. I don't even know what that game is. I don't have a clue what that game is. Oh, sorry, Purdy. I just happened to see your comment where you said talking about having a map on my wall of places I've played, airsoft. You want to play, dude? Do you remember? Okay, some of y'all might not. Some of y'all might be old enough. Back in the day, before they had in schools with the whole projector thing and all that stuff, there were certain things in the classroom that you would see back when I was a kid. One of those projectors were one of them. I remember back when we had chalkboards and then marker boards, and then we had the projector thing where it wrote on a clear thing and it sent the picture up on the wall. But that same pull-out thing they used to have, they also had the map, a world map and a North America map. I have one of those maps like hanging on my wall above my closet. They could pull down and see the world and see the United States. And that would be the perfect place to do exactly what you was just sitting there talking about. I can't move my camera too far, or I would actually show y'all. Predator, I have you on Messenger. I may end up just having to send you a picture of it. It's really cool. Liberty City was hands down my favorite GTA. Hands down. I knew Liberty City like it was my own neighborhood. As much as I used to play that game. But I was like 12, 13. Yes, exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It does. It has a wooden bottom on it, with the little hook you can pull down and everything. I think it's probably worth some money. I'm sure it is, but yeah, I actually have one of those. Yeah, Liberty City was. That game was so awesome. It does work just like an old pull-down curtain. That's exactly it. I actually got it from. I used to do when I worked for Ironwork for A&K. I helped redo the middle school in Trigg County, and they was getting rid of a lot of stuff, and it was one of the things there. And when the principal let me have it. That makes me feel old having that. Yeah, it was definitely better than Vice. I liked Vice City, but not. I don't know. I guess I would. I just spent so much time on Liberty City. I really liked that one. I haven't played any of the new ones. The last one I ever even played was San Andreas, I think it was called. Ow. Well, I want to find out who owns the Oak Parlor School. That's a good question. I'd say the city probably does. But you can never get the city to approve anything like airsoft. Like, I know that's pointless. And then they would put some regulations on it. It would be unreal. Rhode Island would be so cool to go to. That's a good distance for me. Um, I I hope to be. I hope my team stays together for a long time and we get to travel a lot of places. I hope. If my even if I lost all of my teammates, I would still just continuously play for sure. Yeah, you're talking about the SEMO, the one that they play for SEMO. Oh well, the county school parlay. Then I don't know. Is that what you're talking about though? I guess that's what's called Marley School High School in Missouri. If it's the one for SEMO that goes to, yeah, I've been there twice. Not too long ago, I was there. Uh, yes, I will definitely be in your inbox, Caleb. Yeah, then yeah, we've been there. Let's throw a video out there, but I got a couple on my channel from that school. We went up there. Oh, it was last year. Maybe November, something like that. And then I think before that was maybe August. One of them was a night game. I appreciate that, man. It would be really cool to go up there. Trips like that are a serious planning. The school was pretty cool. It's neat. It's extremely dirty. It's extremely I mean, if you, again, I'm not just trying to promote every little video, but I literally have a video of the inside of it, and you can see how just it looks like an old, like, I don't know, man. It's gross, but it's fun. It's interesting place to play. And the outdoor, I've never played anything Southeast Missouri outdoor at all. I know I'm clapping for. I can't really say. I know y'all are looking at me like, "What the hell is Steve doing?" I was looking at a message. Um, Caleb, if you still hear me, that was a really good message. Like that's a really good. Night games. Okay, there's a thing about night games though. I've done several of them now. The time of the year is. It seems like there's always night games like in the summertime, and night games can be. That's the one time that a die mask will fog. Like die masks are known for not fogging, but in the nighttime, the dew in the air, the heat off your face, they will fog. But night games they're just different. It makes you want to use a tracer to watch where your rounds are going. At the same time, it's a dead giveaway where you're shooting from. Same thing with flashlights and stuff like that. It usually turns into a tripping hazard and a cluster kind of situation there. I like low light settings. Heather, I don't know if you've ever played like indoor, but usually indoors usually have a lower light situation, especially like prime example is just Nashville. You can see your tracers no problem. Place like Shot Zone where we just went, it's the lights are on. He can dim the lights down, like knock one of the one or two of the rows off, so you can see your tracers better. But even in that light, you can still see it. But there's just something about that vibe of just having a lower light situation and watching your tracer. I mean, it's a Star Wars scene. It's so awesome. But I don't know I know Caleb was there. I don't think he actually played. But the domination game we had right after the tournament at HTK, man, that was the coolest event ever. We had, if y'all know who is Scott from, gosh, what does he run? Oh, Caleb, give it to me. I know you're in the comments still. Give it to me. Scott. I cannot think of the channel he runs. Popular channel. Something Airsoft, obviously. But it was, until he answers, it was Scott, and then we had Demo for SYG was leader off it. So, and we was on blue team, or they was on red team. They was on blue team. We was on red team. But HTK was enough for this hill. So when the game started, it was nighttime. And man, the event to that, it was like a full auto situation. You could just go out there just dumping BBs. And it was at nighttime, and we come charging down this hill, sliding, doing everything. And yeah, USA Airsoft from Scott. So he came up to HTK, and it was basically his rival team against our rival team. Demo was leader here. Scott was the leader over there. And I mean, we put a hurting on him. We did, but it was mostly Milson's side, naturally kind of carrying on to Scott's side, and Demo's had more speed, softer kind of guys. It was an amazing, amazing event. That will be forever in my mind. It was a domination game. Yeah, USA Airsoft. US Airsoft. I really need to read out those comments. My phone is so small. Demo is a cool guy. I've had a privilege of meeting him a couple times. Met Sapo, Roosta, Roy, Sosa, DJ, a lot of them, and they're all pretty chill, like they are. They're pretty laid back guys. Roosta's a trip. The way you see Roosta on videos or anything like that, he's just like that in person. He is a character. Demo's a very chill guy. I was wondering at first before I met him, was it just something for his videos and he was actually a dick in person? No, he's a real chill guy. It's really, really cool. Demo's awesome. I mean, SYG gang. I mean, they're a good team. I mean, they're a solid team. I mean, we have them to thank for, and the branding with that Speed QB, just like how it all spread. Solid team, man. But really cool dudes, man. Demo is an awesome dude. He really is. Yeah, Demo's got that popularity where a lot of people just want to talk to him. That's cool, but I'm sure it kind of aggravates him sometimes. It would me if I was in that situation, Demo. It would bother me sometimes. I mean, he wants to be helpful and stuff, but I get it. Like not having, everybody crowd on him. And we ain't had the pleasure of playing them yet. As of my squad, a PBZ, the one time the opportunity could ever showed up was in Nashville. I think it was back in June of last year. They was down there. We didn't get on. They played as well, but we didn't get to play against them. And then the second time I ever met them was at the tournament, and they wasn't on the roster to play. But they're cool dudes, man. They are. I like Sosa. Sosa's good. He's a damn good player too. Phantom is a beast. If y'all know who Phantom is, that dude's a beast. He's got a hell of a trigger pull. Yeah, his streams are usually... Yeah, that's what I like about it. You talking about his Twitch streams? That's where he does a lot of talking to people, and it's a good thing that he does that. It's really good. It jokes with you about the 5.56. Hey man, he's got his preferences though. He's had, I don't know. I mean, I already know how many guns he's had. I don't know. I don't know. But he's had some solid builds. His Sharkeisha build, mint. He has a baby Sharkeisha too. That's sweet. It's more of the PDW style. Yeah, Twitch is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool site. Y'all did, man. Y'all are savages on that, man. But we come out us coming out the gate like that, and we got to play y'all though as Revelation. Y'all are a beast, man. I'm always, you know how I feel about y'all's team. I'm always rooting for y'all. You and Praetorians, man. Praetorians are my. If there's anything going on, you're the two teams that we're always like just rooting for. Like we're almost fanboys, which is a really good thing. Yeah, they're definitely on our list to eventually play them guys. For sure, do. Boom! I got you with it. With it must be nice. Paducah Boys. Literally. That's what PBZ stands for. Or if you would consider this too, I guess we could be Podcast Boys. But I'm the only one in here. Like legit. We come at that. Well, I'm gonna say Esmond was the one that initially hit the punch on the PBZ of saying, "Hey, gave that suggestion," and it was one of those. We was all like, "That's the one." We are the same. We're the same way. And we appreciate that a lot, man. We're still growing as a team. Our Speaky B team has only been together about 9 months. So we still got a lot of growing to do. We do not get to practice as much. Y'all know we ain't got a field here at all. We do not have a practice field. We have to drive at least 2 to 4 hours away just to touch a Speaky B field. Our name, though, we like our name, PBZ, and I think we've established our name pretty good. It's too late to change it, but we have no desire to change our name at all. We like our name, and we don't hide where we're from or anything like that. We're all from, well, I'm not from Paducah. I've been here, it's 2022, so I've been here 11 years almost. 4 hours from my door to shot zone is 4 hours. Our team started, we was just a bunch of homies that hung out. Like, we was already just playing. So we used to, before we knew each other, and some of my teammates have like longer history than I do. So when I just started kind of playing with them, we'd all just kind of shoot at each other and stuff. We was just kind of like the aggressive players out there. And then we all just started hanging out, started kind of grouping in the same area, chit-chatting. And then next thing you know, we was like kind of just putting a name to it. And we was like, team. And so we came up with a name. It was like, this is the group of guys. That's PBZ. And then we have transition. There's some guys on the team that'll still play Milsom kind of styles, but the majority of us shifted more Speaky B players than anything. our whole A team is definitely all Speaky B players. B team pretty much too, but like the captain of B team, which is Bobby. I mean, he'll go play a Milsom. Melon, which is Pops, he'll play one, I'm sure. I mean, I would too if it was the right scenario, but it's not something I chase. I like the Speaky B world, Speedsoft world. That's more of what I'm into for sure. Names are hard. Excuse me, my son was coming here talking to me a minute ago. That's why I had to mute my mic. I do too. I love indoors. It's the vibe of it. I like shooting tracers. I like shooting. I like playing fast. I think I fit. What your stereo. I don't want to call it stereotype, but profile to like Speedsoft player, opposed to Milsom player. And Speedsoft's a variety of things. You can call. I think Speedsoft helps grasp into like the game of SpeedQB, but I think there is a distinction. Some people, I guess it's hard to brand. I guess your Speedsoft player is always gonna be like that guy that like runs fast, has colorful things, dye mask kind of things, But what I don't like is I like cracking jokes at each other. I love that. I think it's hilarious and it's in good humor. It's just funny. It's like two brothers fighting. But the end of the day, we're both airsoft players. But Milsom stuff, if I had the gear for it and the situations and enough, be able to do that, I'd spend too much time with traveling with, SpeedQB games and such to get into Milsom like that. But I'm not against it if it was in the right spot. A lot of people start Milsom. That's like probably most airsoft players. They kind of get into the real scenario situation. It's really cool for them, which I think is dope. Like say if me and the team could, had the right gear and stuff like that, not Speedsoft gear, but just shifted more Milsom gear, good brain buckets, night visions, good gun, the right, what you're thinking of, that kind of vibe, to do indoor. I would definitely I could definitely get behind that. Being with with the teammates and just going through and sweeping rooms, sweeping houses, things like that. Small objectives. Yes, like the burrow sock. Caleb at HTK brought me his burrow sock. And I don't remember his exact words, but it was along the lines that I was going to die first, and I was just going to hold his barrel sock for him. I thought it was so clever. It was funny. He just walked straight up to me and gave me his barrel sock. I was like, I'll come back for this. He's savage. The Golden Guns. I like the Golden Girls. I seen your reference where I read the Golden Girls. I grew up watching Golden Girls. My mom and my grandma used to watch it a lot. Who's the player that's Sophie though? Because that would be the most aggressive, smallest one. Yeah, I know. That's what I thought too. Wow, Caleb. It was funny though. It was great. And what Pumbaa said, indoors is just a different feel. It really is, man. It's a whole different vibe. I mean, not the elements different, but it's just It's just different. I mean, that's your CQB world, and then when you move over there's people that don't play SpeedQB and play CQB. I like the game of SpeedQB. I think, like I said earlier, I was like, if I could play it 10 out of 10 times, I would. Like, it would be the one game I play a lot. I'd still play CQB. I'd still go outside. But with the right situation, I'd probably play it 10 out of 10 times. Even in 1v1 with you, Caleb, you were awesome to sit there and 1v1 with. Like, I like 1v1 with everybody. That's why I really like. I wish that we had the fight night kind of thing over here, because it really brings out some potential and skills, and you have no team to lean on. It's all or nothing on you. 1v1s are really, really, really good practice. Yeah, it's definitely faster pace indoors than outdoors. Oh, you're Sophia? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Golden guns. I like that. Get another one from like Grease, like the Pink Ladies. If y'all know that reference to the movie Grease, or the T-Birds. I hope to see 1v1 stuff, man. Like, I would love us to get that kind of, I mean, we all, let's say, shot zone tournament right before we come up on there on a Friday, we started playing, we scrimmaged and all that kind of stuff, at least for my team, we was up there, and then went back to hotel and watched, the fight night finale. I want that kind of, I'd love for that kind of potential to come here and see us, because I say it all the time, there's like huge potential here, East Coast, and I say East Coast with a broad brush. I don't think of East Coast as, which Indiana's more mid, it really is, but I get that, but it's again a really, really big brush on this. So instead of thinking of like the South, the North, East, West, kind of thing, it's more of just West, East. So cut a line in the middle. Which side are you kind of portraying? So like the Facebook group East Coast Speedsoft group, it's literally if you're in New York, if you're in Florida, if you're in Tennessee, Alabama, somewhere, Michigan, you're more east than you are west. And then you start going up, say, Vegas, or let's say Nevada period, New Mexico, Wyoming, somewhere like that, you're shifting more west, So it's a broad brush. I think it just makes things simpler, opposed to like I'm from the South, I'm from the North, like gangbangers over here, just east side, west side, but again, I definitely do want to see that though. All that attention brought over. There's so much damn potential, man. I mean, these teams that are showing up. I mean, if you think of the ones we see at Nashville, religiously every month. The Shot Zone tournament really had the world looking at us. It grabbed a lot of attention from other countries and started like, hey, what are y'all doing? Okay, you're playing SpeedQB, now you're playing it with bunkers, like kind of thing. And I'm all for. I mean, Ethan's with his field itself, the inflatables. It's amazing. It's got its own. It hits different. I think a lot of people would like the hardcover more, and that's something I want to see. I'd like to see it. Shot Zone become an official SpeedQB spot. because that's really going to put a blinker right here for the East Coast. I think it would take off more than what Nashville has going on. No hate towards Nashville. I love Nashville. But I think hard bunker, turf, speed QB, official speed QB field at Ethan's spot has huge potential. Huge potential. I am too. I'm definitely proud of the East. Which no hate towards West, man, at all. Like, there's no reason to have like an animosity, unless it's like a positive one. So I use the analogy all the time. If we're going into a boxing match, Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, like one that it was two different worlds. They're a UFC fighter and a boxer, but scratch that out for the point. For the point being is, they can't just go up there and just shake hands and be, homies to the eye, to the audience. It's more of just to kind of let's get the hype going. So if we just, kind of the low key shit talk, but not actually like actual hate towards anyone, but just it's the pump up. It gets the climax going. It really rives it, and I think that's something that would be good if we had that, say, a West Coast and an East Coast. And that's something I definitely want to see, not only on a global scale where we get to travel and play Europe, go play Brazil, go play Australia, but also a national thing where the East versus the West, and we kind of just, have somewhere and we play the best of the best teams come, and tournament comes out, and then we see a national champion, like literally, legitimately a national champion of the United States. So they would hold that championship, not just like a regional thing. West Coast are there. We have like Saturday from the boys, or for the boys won last year. The East Coast one we had here at HTK, like they won it. They the 2021 champions. But like now we're coming into a new year, but it's like, okay, well, we can still have our small, low key, regional stuff, but let's have a national thing. I love to see that. I mean, even us going over there. I mean, if different, qualifiers at a different spot. We got some out of SS, Tennessee, Indiana now. And well, hopefully is, some coming out of Indiana, Rhode Island, if you can get some out of Rhode Island, Florida, DSK just, they seem to be holding it down where they're playing. Just these different teams, and then just kind of, qualify out, just like we do in the regional, just do it on a national level. They do the same thing, and it kind of whittles down to fighting it out. That would be so awesome, man, and it would really grow. I think it helps grow within companies, too, because one thing, I mean, let's be honest, companies not going to want to invest in something that they're not going to get back into. So, like, something like that brings money, it brings income, it brings money. I mean, that's boils down to it. It's going to be for the company wise, what am I going to make off this? Because they're taking all the risk. So that's something I definitely want to see. And then a World Cup after that, like legitly, to go to Europe, to go to Real Strike Arena and play them, play second to none. I know if my team went over there right now, we'd get our ass whooped. They'd all say it. But just playing different teams, just globally, gosh, man, that'd be so cool. What'd you say? I don't remember if you answered this or not, but what I need an M4/M16 F2 for my 5.6. You're going to need a V2 gearbox, if that's what you're referring to, because you said it with the 5.6. Both of them carry a V2 gearbox. That's what you're going to need. And what I was saying earlier, the gearbox is sometimes taking a gearbox out of one gun and sticking it into another gun. Sometimes it works just fine, but sometimes you have alignment issues. And if you don't know what an alignment issue is, basically if your box is here, you're going to have your nozzle sticking out of that. And how well does it sit in that box where it's putting that nozzle? So if it's sitting in there too high, and then you put your hop up in, you're going to have your nozzle sitting really high in your hop up. And you want your nozzle, the best way to kind of tell it is, well, it's really basically the only way to tell it, is if you take your gun like this, obviously it's empty, no air hooked up to it, nothing like that. If it's AEG, don't do it, unless no batteries, no nothing. Be safe, because of what you're about to do. Because you're about to point a gun in your face. But legitimately take a flashlight and place it up in the mag well. And while you're looking up at the mag well, stare down the barrel. I know, don't ever do that with real steel. Be precautious. At the same time, that's the best way to kind of look at it. You're going to shine a light up in here, and you'll be able to see where your nozzle's sitting inside of your barrel. And you're going to want, your nozzle sitting pretty. I don't have anything around. You're going to want your barrel sitting pretty flush in your hop up. If it's leaning up high, if it's leaning down low, right or left, what it'll do is it'll cause curving issues really bad as it comes out, because it'll get the wrong pitch. Air can get more on one side of the ball opposed to the other, and what it'll do is it'll cause that ball to spin. So you're shooting, and no matter what you do, you're shooting left, or you're shooting right, or you're shooting up, or shooting down. No matter how you adjust and that's your nozzle alignment. You want that on point. And if you have that on point with a good hop, your bucking's good, your nub's good, you're going to have consistent good shots is what you want. But also with HPA, you're going to want something, especially with an engine, if you have an engine that has a battery power to it. So if you have an FCU, you can set your poppet dwell. A lot of people don't pay attention to poppet dwell, but a poppet dwell is really important on consistencies of shots. You want it to be open. So if your barrel is 5 inches long, you want your cylinder only to be open long enough to get enough air, not only to push the BB, but only to go to the end of that barrel. If you have it where the door is open too long and it's shooting the BB out, but more air is actually traveling with it, your poppet dwell is too high. If you have it too low, you're not getting enough air. So it's like saying I'm going to push a ball through a straw with a Q-tip. The Q-tip ain't long enough to get the ball all the way through the straw. What you're going to want is something at the equal length. If you think about it on the same, something long enough as a straw to get the BB all the way through it, but not be sticking out on the end, if that analogy makes any sense to you. And that's exactly what your poppet dwell is. It's enough to fill the barrel to send the ball out, but not too much and not too little. So you just adjust it accordingly. This is really important on your shots, and to make your consistency so much different. If you got it way too high, you're going to dump a lot of air. If you have a really short, let's say literally a 5-inch barrel, and you have your poppet dwell on a jack set to 85, I guarantee you have too much air coming out, but you might need enough air to push it, but you're wasting air. I guarantee it. And another way of telling it is, how much pressure do you have without a BB in it? Or turn your HP on, shoot at your hand with air, but again, I don't want to set you up for danger here. Make sure the barrel's clean, make sure you're not shooting anything, or it's just shooting air, and you can feel how much air is coming out of it. You turn it down low, it's going to feel like less, because that's how much air is pushing out extra, and you're dumping a lot of air. You're losing a lot. It's a really, really important aspect. I took that answer way too far, didn't I? But I figured you had another question since you was pretty new to it. It's kind of like a heads up situation. Well, as much as I want to sit here and chat with y'all some more, it is 9:19 at night. I do appreciate y'all. Sorry, no more team members, other than Brady popped in for a little while. Sometimes we just have things going on. I don't know if any of y'all actually. I'm gonna kind of use this to bounce back, but I do the same thing. Every Monday on my channel on Steve QB Airsoft, I do the Coffee and Podcast or Coffee and Airsoft podcast. So I'll be doing that Monday. Check in on there this Saturday, because on that channel, that's the one where we're gonna have CQB Junkie this Saturday at 4 p.m. Don't worry if you missed the live; it'll be on the channel. It'll stay there. It'll also be on this one. So once it's done, it'll be downloaded and also placed on this channel as well. Every Monday we do one there. Next Monday I'm gonna have somebody that was in the comments, infamous bearded airsoft. He's gonna be on there with me Monday. It should be, as long as nothing shows up and has to be canceled. Hope to see some of y'all there. Heather, I have to say this is probably the first time I've ever seen you in the comments. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm glad that you're sticking with serious about playing airsoft. It's super exciting. Caleb, I'm always appreciative of you because you were here religiously as well. I really appreciate you. Inferno Airsoft, thank you always for the support on this channel and my channel as well. Pumbaa, you my dog. You know. Infamous Venom, thank you for always being here as well, man. Like, truly, there's several of y'all that are consistent and showing up and just chatting with us. Even as small as we are as a channel, it's always great to have support because it'd be really bumming to sit here and nobody shows up. It's nice to have people to talk to, communicate with, grow the culture, answer questions, ask questions to y'all, yada, yada, yada. But it is 9:21 at night. I appreciate y'all again, and I will catch y'all on this one will be back up every Thursday. So if you don't know yet, this one every Thursday, 7:03. Sometimes give us a window there. There's usually technical problems. Mine's always Monday at 7. But do not miss the one on my channel on Saturday, 4 p.m. If you have to miss it, like I said, it'll be there afterwards. Love y'all. Really do. Appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one.